Alright, we are back. It's episode 22.
Yes, it
It's
is.
me, Vusani, as usual. I'm here with my brother, my partner in crime, Sizwe, aka Sizzle the Savage. How you doing, bro?
I told you, man. It's Sizzle the Saint.
The Saint, yes.
Yes.
The Saint.
Even though I'm contradicting myself.
Yeah, you're wearing a shirt that says Savage Lee, and you're saying you're the Saint.
It's all I had, man. It's the only piece of clean clothing I had left.
Anyway, as usual, I'm not saying as usual, but our C Mike is not here.
Yeah.
Allison couldn't make it today again, but she will be back hopefully next week. We will see. I don't know. Anyway, episode 21. Shout out to the new listeners, the new viewers, everyone who watched it. We appreciate you guys so much.
Yes, we
And
love you guys.
shout out to the new countries. Yes.
Chile, Spain, Bangladesh. Who else do we have? We have,
Yeah,
Israel, fucking America.
we're on all continents
It's
now.
crazy,
Except
dude.
Antarctica, if that's a continent. Or
What do we consider Australia and New Zealand?
I think they're part of Asia.
Australasia.
Yeah, Australasia.
Australasia. I don't want those racist fucks to watch my shit, bro. I don't want those niggas to watch our podcast. Keep your racist mentality to yourself.
I want that money. Watch us in Australia, man.
Yeah, anyways, let's get to the podcast and let's just start talking about some topics here.
Let's get it. Let me give us our sound effects. Let's go. Thank you. That's my favorite sound effect. That guy, when he intros every boxing match, every wrestling match,
Yeah.
he's a legend.
Vusani the Violator! Yeah. What's up, Violator? How's your week been, bro?
My week, it's been sad.
Sad, why?
Because I had to go back to reality, man.
Oh, man.
I didn't want school and all this, I was enjoying long weekend things.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah, so, how's your week been?
Just really just try to stay off of social media because of all the fucking Avengers spoilers and shit.
Oh, yeah,
So-
people love spoilers. I don't get you guys. Especially the Game of Thrones crowd. They love
Oh,
spoilers.
fuck that. I don't care about that. I don't watch that shit.
You don't watch Game of Thrones?
Nah.
What's wrong with you? What's wrong with
Dude,
you?
thing is, I missed the bandwagon to begin with. Like 5 seasons in, people were like, dude, watch Game of Thrones, watch Game of Thrones. I was like, I'll get to it at some point. We're 3 seasons down the line from that point, and I still haven't watched Game of Thrones. So
Just
I'll watch
the-
it. I want to watch it when the hype is over.
Just
you know
watch
how
the
I feel.
final season with us. So that you don't get spoilers. You'll like do, what do they call it, like
Retrospective viewing.
when they make a prequel, yes. So you'll watch all the seasons as a prequel to
Jeez,
so
I
you
must
can
watch
like,
8, 7, 6, 5, 4. What are they?
yeah,
8
so
now?
watch 8 now, and then you'll go back to what you didn't watch, and then you'll be like, oh, so that's why people were sad when this nigga died or something.
Alright. Where can I watch it though? Where does it play on? I know nothing about Game of Thrones. Like,
You just gotta stream it.
Gotta stream it.
I think they've got it on like Netflix and Showmax. And
it's
all
not
of
on
that.
Netflix.
I think Showmax though. Showmax definitely has it.
It probably is because that's HBO. Showmax.
Yeah.
That's Showmax.
Or you can just illegally stream it.
Don't condone that shit, man. Do you think there are any illegal podcast streaming platforms? Or it's just
think
not that
there should-
relevant yet.
I think because we got so many free platforms
True,
to listen on,
true.
like Anchor and SoundCloud.
But do you think at some point there will be?
Yeah, I think so. When things get really monetized, because streaming is literally hitting super
Yeah.
monetary. Like when things get to that point where everything needs a subscription, people will podcast some way for free.
I'm telling you, they're gonna make fucking podcasts on YouTube Premium. Like you have to pay for that shit, dude. I'm telling you.
But how would they actually no, never mind. So how would they distinguish between a podcast and just a normal video, but they'll do audio solely, I guess, yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I just think, hey, these corporations are fucking greedy, bro.
It's crazy. Money rules the world.
YouTube is gonna end up owning artists. I see it coming, dude.
I'm
I
signed to
see
YouTube Records.
YouTube, right? Bruh. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Speaking about owning shit, do you want to speak about Proverb real quick?
Man, let's give a round of applause to Proverb. And let me give the round of applause before we say what he did. Like, shout out to Provo, what he did is major, but to let everyone know. Yeah. Shout out.
Alright, so Proverb recently brought back the masters to his debut album, Book of Proverb, right?
Yeah.
But I don't think people really know what owning your masters is all about. I don't think they know what that means.
Yeah, a lot of people don't really know much about record deals and...
Well, I don't know much either, but I can speak on what I know, you know what I mean? So owning your masters and your publishing rights means you own all original recordings of your album. For this case, it's just his first album. I think he's gonna plan on buying more and more of his albums back from the labels.
Mm-hmm.
But what this means is that he has full control over where those songs get to be listened to. So for instance, labels usually control the fact that you can play this guy's song in an advert or in a movie or on the radio. Like all those rights are completely with the label.
Yeah.
So when you own your publishing rights, you get to control where your music is published, like literally to the word.
That's dope. That's dope. Full control.
Full control, and all the splits. There are no splits. The money comes straight to you.
Yeah, that's actually.
So with the label, half of the not half, but I'm thinking 20%, 25% of the money would go to the label. The rest is yours. But now when you own your shit, all of it is yours.
That's actually true because, like, if you look at a normal record deal, right?
Right.
Like a traditional record deal,
right?
You say so. So a label signs you. They say we're gonna give you R1 million or $1 million, whatever currency.
$1 million pesos.
And basically, what happens is that money is called it's an advance.
Right.
So it's a loan. Like they're not just giving you $1 million for free.
You have to recoup it.
You have to recoup it and pay it back to them. That's how the deal actually works. And what also ends up happening is in these contracts, they will own percentages of everything. Your image rights. So when you go do something that the label didn't even set up, let's say a magazine invites you. Right?
Yeah.
Or a TV show invites you over for an appearance.
Right.
Your label will still get a cut because they own some of your image rights and your appearance rights.
Then why would you want to sign to a label? Okay, I guess they want to sign to the label for that advance.
Yeah.
Like they want that quick check. But why would you want to enslave yourself like that, bro? That's literally like modern day slavery, bro.
And like they own your music as well. So like the recordings and everything, you don't own the masters. They own it. They choose what to do with your music. They want to release it or not. Which is why you get a lot of artists complain that I can't release this album and I've been wanting to release it for 3 years now. And like they don't own the rights to it. Even though it's their creative like efforts that went into it, they can't do anything with it.
But then by that token, can we agree that Chance the Rapper is independent?
He is independent. Chance the Rapper is signed to a distribution deal, I think. I'm not sure which label he's distributing through, but he's definitely signed to a distribution deal. Because the way a distribution deal works is you can sign with a label, but just for them to put your music out on all these platforms, Apple, iTunes, Spotify, Google, like they just put your music out there for you, but they don't own it.
But that's what you said about TuneCore. You said that he put all his music on like Dat Piff and TuneCore. And TuneCore you pay, it's like a paid subscription that it distributes to all streaming platforms for you. The way we do with Anchor, etc. So like he's on iTunes, he's on Spotify, but that's just part of the TuneCore deal.
Because there's also this new thing where people aren't even signing distribution deals, they're doing that. They subscribe to things like TuneCore, DistroKid, and like those things just distribute for you for like a $10 monthly fee or something. Then they distribute everywhere for you, and you get to keep all the money that your streams make.
Automatically monetized when you put it on those sites.
Yeah. So whatever.
How do you make money off streaming? I don't get it, bro. Like, if somebody streams your song 1 million times, what is your cut?
This is the thing. This is an argument that people are having of who decides how much one stream is worth. Who is that guy sitting at a desk saying, one stream is worth 1 cent, or it's worth $1, it's worth... No one knows this. This is why streaming is an issue. Like in terms of
Revenue.
It's revenue.
Yeah.
Because you could have 1 million streams and barely make $1,000.
Mm. So how does Spotify make its money? Besides like people signing up to their premium account.
That's what I actually don't know.
Because even their ads are Spotify ads. It's not like Spotify is paying Spotify to advertise Spotify ads. Like it's so like streaming is so weird, bro. Who's controlling this shit, dude?
It's messed up. I heard that like apparently it takes 1,000 streams to make like 10 cents in US dollars. But I'm not sure. I'd need to double check up on those figures and research again. But I heard this like last year.
So, what I'm hearing is that it's almost impossible for artists, let's say Lil Xan or Lil whatever the fuck, right?
Yeah.
It's almost impossible for them to reach financial levels like Beyonce and Jay-Z off record sales.
Yeah.
Because they've come up in a streaming era, so they're not getting like, let's say it's $10 for a CD. They're not getting the $10 anymore. They're getting, yo, that's crazy, a cent for every 10,000 streams.
Yeah, like 10 cents, a cent,
or 1,000 streams or whatever. Yeah.
You need, but then again, these guys stream in the millions. Like they stream tens of millions.
They do stream in the millions, but
they're getting some sort of money. I think a lot of the money, and every artist has said this, that
touring.
When you're an artist, your majority of your money comes from touring.
Yeah, that's
like
true.
Like album sales, you could be a platinum selling artist, but you will still get more money from touring than actual album sales.
Mm. But yeah, I'm relatively well off, like, compared to your Jay-Z or whatever. So they get to like not sign to anybody. They don't have to sign to anybody. You know, they've got the resources at their disposal. So if you do have those resources at your disposal, I suggest just going independent, bro. This is some bullshit.
That's true. But
get a manager or somebody that you trust and ask him to hook you up with shows, appearances, that type of shit.
That's true. We're in an age now where labels are not needed.
They're not.
Like, we've got these distribution sites,
yeah,
like we talk about. We've got platforms that allow you to upload for free, your SoundCloud to YouTube,
yeah,
and everything.
Fuck SoundCloud,
so
yeah.
Artists and people who are just creatives in general don't actually need labels now. All they really need is clout. They just need popularity. They need people to give them numbers. But they don't need a label to create numbers for them.
Is that why these niggas are getting face tattoos? Is that their way of getting clout, dude?
The hair, clout chasing,
the face tattoos, the jewelry. I'm gonna be honest, I don't think it's cool, bro. But that's just my old nigga mentality.
It's not cool, but it's clout. The kids love to see these weird characters whose faces are tatted up and everything.
Yeah, nah, dude. Like, you guys are giving me shit because I champion Russ so much. Yeah, he's iced out, but he's not weird, bro.
Yeah, but Russ is just a dick.
He is a dick, but like, why is that such a bad thing? A lot of these kids are just dicks, dude.
But Russ is like he's just an openly like asshole out there.
You know why? Because people give him the chance to be. If you speak to Russ normally, he'll speak to you normally. The minute you start saying, Russ, you're trash, the way the whole of Twitter is doing,
yeah,
that's when he's like, okay, let me show you exactly how much of a dick I can be now. Because some of these guys are dicks for no reason. Like, rappers in general don't seem like likable people if you want to know them on a personal level. So why is Russ different?
But this is my thing. Like, Russ always feels the need to let us know how great he is. Oh, we just lost a light. Anyway, we'll sort that out. So Russ always feels the need to let us know how great he is, right?
Yeah.
And
because nobody's talking about it.
Yeah.
Who's gonna wave his flag except for him?
But that's the thing, like, you could be having the most normal interview of Russ, and he'll be like, you see, unlike these other dudes, I actually did it on my own. I'm so great. These other dudes just do drugs. I don't do drugs. I'm clean and I'm talented. Like, we didn't ask you that, Russ. Just relax.
No, but you're making it sound raw. Like, you're taking it completely out of context, bro. Russ says all that shit. Like, okay, how do I word this, bro? Because I'm losing my train of thought.
Yeah.
Russ does that to spread a positive message. His message is independence. Very similar to Chance the Rapper. It's independence, and he's letting you know exactly how talented he is. Yes, it comes off as cocky. I agree 100% with that. But when he's being criticized for his arrogance, nobody's criticizing kids for doing drugs and promoting drug use. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So he has to bring out that, like, okay, guys, you guys are championing them, calling me trash online, but listen to my music. Listen to what I'm actually telling you guys. Nobody's doing that. Nobody's talking about the positive shit. It's just the same fight that we had on this podcast when we say Cardi B's a bitch. When I said Cardi B's a bitch, and then all of a sudden you guys perpetuate men are trash, but nobody listens to the shit in between about how we advocate for mental health, for example, how we advocate for positivity. That's the exact same fight that Russ is fighting. As soon as one thing goes wrong, that's Russ's ass. You're an asshole. But as soon as, like, his entire discography is about positivity, yes, it's fuck these bitches sometimes, but he's a rapper, then nobody wants to say anything about it.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Look at it from our point of view, because we go through the exact same challenges. Yeah. So, yeah, we're fucking dope. We're the shit. We talk about positivity. All you guys are talking I'll go on my rest shit too, man. Anyways, what were we talking about? Masters.
This was actually a shout out to Proverb
Yeah.
for getting his masters. We just went over a wild
That was a
tangent
tangent.
into record deals and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, Proverb owning his masters. He wants to what's the word?
Remaster.
He wants to like remaster the album and put it out again
Yeah.
to us,
Yeah.
which I think is a very dope idea.
That's a dope idea. I think I might buy this because I haven't really delved into Proverb's discography.
That's me too. Like we just know he's like a South African hip hop legend,
Yeah.
but we don't really know his
Yeah.
like discography. So I'd actually want to listen to this album
For sure.
when he puts it out again.
As a remaster, yeah.
Yeah, I definitely will check it out.
No, I will too. I think Babes also needs to buy her masters from this month. What's happening with those two? Are they broken?
Bro, I'm done with those two, man.
What's going on, dude?
This thing just seems like a lot of cloud chasing, and
You think so?
because
From Mambicha's side or
from
from
a
Babes'
picture side, everything is promotional. Like everything is just a rollout type of thing.
Yeah, man. Domestic abuse rollout? That's crazy.
That's from his side. He makes it all look like a rollout, because he put the last thing. He claimed that it was some sort of rollout for a video about domestic abuse, you know, tackling the whole issue.
Shit.
But then, I don't know what's going on with those two. I'm even over it.
Man, I just hope everything is good with Babes, man. I just hope she starts making wise decisions. That's the only reason why. I don't want to be those guys that bring up an issue and never revisit it, because that's what the internet is about, dude. I want to at least go back to it and be like, is shit still okay with this chick? You know
I want her to be safe.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I do not want this to be a situation where they are playing us as people with such a sensitive topic and issue.
Right.
And they're just using it to get themselves views and popularity. Like, if this is really serious, then we are genuinely concerned for Babes.
Yeah.
But if this is the way from a Binja side, just rollouts and promotional stuff, then there's better ways to go about things, guys. Like, don't use these serious issues to now get us all emotionally invested, and then it's like, okay, this is actually not that serious.
Exactly. It's what people are doing with the mental health thing as well. I think everybody is saying that they're mentally ill for clout, bro. Kanye West, you are not sick, my nigga. You are not sick, my nigga. Like, honestly, you need to stop with that shit. You guys are taking mental illness. Let me ask you something.
They romanticize this shit.
They romanticize, and there's nothing romantic about it.
They make kids who aren't actually sick want to be sick. They want them to be out there like, I'm depressed. If you're really depressed, that shit would suck.
Bro,
that shit would
what do they call that shit?
At your life.
Munchausen syndrome? I think they've got that. These kids have Munchausen. Like, they're made to feel like they're sick, dude, for being. Let's say, for instance, you're depressed. You've been made to feel like you're depressed. Like, who said this shit? I think it was Eminem, a victim of Munchausen syndrome, made to believe that I was sick when I wasn't. Something like that.
Yeah.
And like his mother literally made him take pills.
That's messed up.
Like she like in a song he said she used to like crush that shit into his food. He was eating that shit, and now he's made to feel like he's sick. But now like this is the shit that happens. Like, the internet is so fucking toxic, bro. The
Bro.
internet is toxic. You guys need to fucking look out for
Like,
each other.
People romanticize this idea of being sad and being like that shit is not cool.
It's not
You know?
cool,
Like
bro.
if you are healthy mentally and physically,
Yeah.
be happy that you are. Don't now be like, oh, but Kid Cudi's depressed and he's so cool. Also, no, you don't.
No, you don't.
You don't want to be depressed.
It's the worst. You do not
People
want
need to really grasp this concept that the negative things that people are going through, just because they might be successful and it's a part of their identity,
Yeah.
I can say, like people want to now emulate it when they really shouldn't be.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%.
What time are we on actually? Are we by the music yet?
I don't know. Hold on, let me see here.
Yeah, we should keep an eye out for that.
Ow.
Our fans love music segment.
Nah, not yet.
Not yet.
No. I want to revisit our thingy about the greatest entertainers. We didn't really get into that.
Can we please do that? Well, I just fixed our lighting.
Do it.
We are a single production show, so I'm going to just fix our lighting. Please, we'll keep on talking, people. Don't mind me.
Yeah, go for it. I want to. We mentioned Michael Jackson, Beyonce, and James Brown, but like, who else are the what are the other great entertainers of our time? Not about our time, of all time. Who do you think some of those are? Because we didn't really get into that.
Some great entertainers of all time,
Of all
of
time.
our time.
Yeah,
I would think
of all time.
of all time, if we look at great entertainers, we can mention people like Elvis.
Sure, Elvis,
Elvis definitely iconic.
the Beatles.
The Beatles, of course. Queen.
I've got a scathing hot take about this because those were the three that came to my mind. Those were like the people that would be in my top 10, right?
Yeah.
It's a scathing hot take. Do we have any scathing hot take music? I don't think so. We'll get that for the next
Yeah.
episode. But I've got a theory that the best of all time, as it stands now, are rock bands.
I actually wouldn't argue against that.
And it's not only because music has been like dominated by rock music for, let's say, 60 years. Like hip hop is a new thing now, but it's not only that. I think hip hop performances generally suck. Like stage performances. I watched Offset and Travis Scott perform on Ellen, dude. That shit was trash, bro.
I've been to a few events.
Yeah.
And a lot of the hip hop acts, it was very bland. I won't even lie.
Dude, like usually the vocals are too soft, or the guy's breathing isn't good enough,
Yeah.
or the song you know it as an auto-tune song, but his mic isn't auto-tuned on the stage, so it sounds weird. Like, dude, rap performances really suck, dude.
A lot of them, because a lot of guys don't put in that effort into their stage production.
Exactly.
They just want to get out there, hold their mic, and then dab a bit and do their thing. And it's like, no, gee, like, put in some effort for real.
Like, if I had to think about the best rap performance I've seen, it was probably going to be like Kendrick Lamar when he did that shit at the Grammys.
I was going to say the same.
That was a great performance. But like, as far as an all-around concert, like you've got an hour and a half show,
Yeah.
live, you need live instruments. Like J. Cole's stage performances look sick because he's not all over the place dancing, doing all this nigger shit, dude. Like, he's just,
Man, you said it with the ER.
because it's nigger shit, bro. Let me tell you something. I was watching Ellen, like I said earlier, and they're
Yeah.
now Offset's rollout for this album, Father of Five.
Yeah,
right? Father of Four. His whole rollout, like on Sway, on The Breakfast Club, and all these predominantly black shows, was about like how vulnerable he is and stuff like that. He gets to Ellen and he starts doing nigger shit, dude. He gets to Ellen and starts talking about how many cars he has. He gets to Ellen and starts talking about the money. Bruh, Ellen's putting up photos of him on a money phone, like big stacks. He gets to the show, he's like, Ellen, I've got a gift for you. He takes out a stack, he puts it on the table. It's all nigger shit. Like, it's almost as if white people want to see us perceived as money hungry. And but when he was speaking about the album and why he was so inspired to call it Father of Four, he was actually speaking about his vulnerabilities as a father, the Cardi B situation, Like he was actually talking, he was opening up for once. But they want to see him do nigger shit. That's why I call it nigger shit. Because that's the way white people see black entertainers.
But do you think that because like Sway and all of that, those are like black, I don't know if they're black owned, but their hosts are black and everything, right? So therefore the culture. Do you think that they will set up their interviews in a way to keep less of that out of the picture and more seriousness, more like the deeper side of things? And then like on Ellen, they will already try and aim the interview towards him acting in that way. Like they won't want to ask him the deep questions.
Definitely, bro. Definitely.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think Offset went there and planned to do nigger shit. I just think that's the way Ellen wants, or Ellen or the producers of Ellen want him to be perceived as a black entertainer. Because when other people go on there, they talk about real things.
Yeah.
Like Liam Neeson saying that he wants to kill black people or whatever it is. Like
that was wild.
It was wild. I know we didn't talk about that
I
ever.
was just searching through the whole of Ireland for a black person.
Yeah, dude.
That was crazy.
So like white people go on there and they talk about their families. They talk about I've got 3 kids now and this one's 12, this one's 9, and like they're such big fans of you. They're talking about like their domestic lives. No, Offset gets on there. Even fucking Kanye, when Kanye was on Ellen, I'll never forget it, bro. He gets on there and they start talking about nigger shit, dude.
That's crazy.
Anyways, this is how I felt about it.
I've got one last topic
Yeah.
before we get to the music. Did you see the Time 100? So to you, our fans,
Yeah.
Time magazine released its 100 most influential people for 2019.
Okay.
And I just wanted to give a shout out to some of the people on there.
Oh, here we
First
go. I know where you're starting.
No, first and
I know.
foremost, let me tell you I'm shouting out.
I know where you're starting.
You're gonna be wrong. I know. I'm shouting out that person second. The first person I'm shouting out is Custer Semenya.
Wow. Okay,
Custer Semenya
word.
got on the Time 100 most influential people. That deserves
awesome.
a round of applause.
I agree.
That is amazing for. Shout out Custer, Time 100. We see you. We're proud of you. Very proud of South Africans and Africans that Custer's on that list.
Yeah.
Number 2.
Wait, hold on. I want to get back to Castor, but you can talk about your list. Let's go.
Number 2 on that list, not on the 100 list, but in
your eyes,
that I want to shout out is Mohamed Salah. My man's made it onto the Time 100 most influential.
But he definitely deserves it.
Shout out to Salah. My man's just scored 2 goals last night against Huddersfield. That's influential shit.
Scoring against Huddersfield.
Going to New York, meeting all those other influential people, and coming back on a Friday night and scoring some goals.
Oh yeah, dude. Trevor Noah as well. South Africa. That's where
Trevor did it. There's a person who's from SA I don't want to shout out. Cyril made the list.
What?
Cyril Ramaphosa's on the list, but
why, dude?
I'm not really bigging that one up.
No. Sit down, Cyril. Nobody gives a fuck.
There's weird people on the list though. Donald Trump's also on the list.
Okay.
I get that.
I get that. Yeah, I get it.
But like they put these people on this list purely for influence, but some of them are not great. They don't have good influence.
Yeah, they're not talking about positive or negative influence. They're just talking about influence. Which I get it. I mean, Hitler would be on that list if it was 80 years ago. You know what I mean? But like, do you want to do music now, or do you want to?
Oh yeah! Shout out to LeBron James also on
Is
the
he
list.
on the list too?
Yeah, LeBron's also on the list, and Naomi Osaka. She was that Asian.
That beat Serena.
Yeah.
She's fine.
She
is.
Look, we're talking about her sporting achievements here. Yeah, so she beat Serena to a major, which is amazing.
That was amazing.
And she represents for Asian people, especially Asian people who are darker in complexion. Because we know in Japan they're mad racist.
Really?
For real.
That's news to me, dude.
In Asia, they mad racist, bro. Like,
that's news
dark-skinned Asians, so like your Vietnamese and stuff, are discriminated against compared to like your light-skinned Asians, like Chinese people. Yeah, so Naomi Osaka having like a brown complexion, like she was actually discriminated against back home in Japan.
Oh, dude.
So for her to overcome that and beat Serena and do big things in the world of tennis, Shout out to her.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude. Yeah.
Shout out to almost everyone who's on that list. Almost everyone, not everyone. Anyway.
Shout out DT, my nigga. Donald.
Anyway, we're about to get into the music segment.
Yeah.
This is where we leave our YouTube viewership.
Bye, YouTube.
So for everyone who wants to listen to the music segment and the second half of the podcast, please find us on Spotify, Anchor, iTunes. We will post all those links in the description of this video.
Yep.
Thank you so much for watching. It's been real. We are out. Second half, we see you on the audio platforms.
Bye.